I have this great fox die, and as you can see, it embosses slightly on parts. So to actually make this fox, you have to die cut it more than once, and you also have to cut some parts out. So instead of doing that every single time I want, and so that I can make this fox that's about the size of my hand, teeny tiny, I am going to use my ScanNCut2, and I am going to show you how I am resizing a die cut shape. Now, as you can see here, I have it cut out of gray cardstock. And as you can see here, I've turned it into a little paper clip. I also have this guy. I've been making multiple sizes here by layering pattern paper and also cardstock. This little guy is headed for a card. This little guy is going to clip into my planner, but he's going to sit right here with the other supplies for now while I get out my ScanNCut and show you how quick and easy this can be. So to do something like this, what I have done, I use dimensional black dots. You could use paint, you could use anything you've got. If you're wanting buttons, anything you've got that's tiny for eyes, ears, nose. If you want to make it a paper clip, you'll just need a paper clip and some strong adhesive to glue it down on. Otherwise, what you're going to need is some kind of a die cut out of cardstock. I suggest a neutral cardstock or just a solid cardstock. I don't suggest trying to do this with pattern paper because you want it as simple as possible for scanning into the machine. You'll want to load a mat and have whatever piece or pieces that you want in this one cut file to all be on there. Now I'm putting all of the pieces required for my fox because I want them to all stay the same ratio when I move it back and forth, up and down in size. So because of that, I find it easiest to just put them all at once, and we're going to scan, and we're going to scan in color mode. Once scanned, we're going to frame the image and then tell it what we would like it to do. If we would like it, what kind of an outline we would like it to cut. Now, if it is not working well for you, what you can do is to adjust how many colors. If you were in grayscale, you would adjust that grayscale bar. And if for some reason, for example, this piece did not want to scan in where it was up over in this area, I just moved it and rescanned. Sometimes just moving something or rescanning it will fix everything that you need. Now I'm looking at this, it's perfect, I love it. So I'm just going to go ahead and save it to my machine, and we are ready for the next step. So now that it is saved in the machine, I'm going to go home, pattern, save data, machine, and I know it is the very last thing that I saved. So what we're going to do is tell it okay. Then we're going to go in here and we're going to push this little red squares button and tell it to pick everybody. The reason we're going to do this, and then next we're going to hit this one right here, which is going to unify. Unifying the pattern is going to make it adjust and resize as one. So when I go in here and tell it how tall I want it to be or how large I want it to be, that's going to adjust absolutely everybody. As you can see, for bigger or for smaller. So if I wanted to blow this up and say make a felt stuffed animal kind of guy out of this, we could blow it way up. Now what you'll notice is I'm going to be limited by the mat, and it's going to tell me, you know, if a certain part is too big or when I've hit the maximum. So you just want to be aware of that. And I'm going to do it small enough. I'm watching my little fox here. I want him to be, the actual fox, I want to be about 2 inches high so I can watch that by the grid. I love that with the grid. I can just watch and see when he's about 2 inches high. Yeah, and that's pretty close. So when I get it that small, then I can say, okay, and I can do two things. I could, just like that, make it so there's 2 of them. And what that means is now, instead of even having to put a whole sheet of paper in here, I could just take scraps. So instead of having the whole entire slice of paper, I can just come in here with, I've got this little torn scrap here. I could just come in here with just the smallest bits of paper and adhere, set them on the mat, place them how I want them for the pattern. And I can do the same with my white cardstock, and I can cut this out all at once. So what I would do to make sure that everything is all as it should be is I will scan the mat. What that'll do is scan and show me where my pattern papers are. And what's great about this is if I have it slightly off, I can just adjust where everybody is until I'm satisfied. And from here, guess what? We're done. All we're gonna do is cut out the pieces. What I love about this is that the ScanNCut is letting me create my own custom little die cut. Make my die cuts that I already have, whatever size it is I need them to be for whatever project that I'm making. Super quick, super easy, and here's the thing. If I save this either to USB drive, to the machine itself, this little fox, I will never have to die cut and rescan him. As long as I've saved that, it'll be saved there for me to use whenever I might happen to want. And based on how cute this little fox is turning out, I have a feeling I'm gonna be wanting to make more. Now, as I said before, all you need to do is have a good strong glue if you're gonna wanna glue this onto a paper clip or glue it on to something else. For this little guy, what I also did was just cut a second plain white fox so that I could back it with that so that the backside would not be exposed. Super easy, right? And super fun. Just another way I am loving my ScanNCut. I hope you guys are having a great day. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave me a message there, either on my blog or on YouTube. I'll see you next time.